Well, a 2-0 win, but were any of the questions answered? Personally, I don't think so. Welcome to the morning after the game before. Now, it's not the morning, it's the evening, as you quite know. This is being uploaded in the evening. I went out for a few drinks last night. I'm a bit worse for wear. Listen, we went to the game yesterday. Look, I'm not denying it was a fantastic 3 points. They're 3 points that we definitely needed. I've gone through the comment sections today. We put out the post-match reaction, and there's a lot of people saying things like, Nicky, if he won the lottery, he wouldn't be happy with the numbers, and things like that. I'm sorry, but I this is a game of opinions, and I stand by my opinion. I stand by my opinion 100%. And in terms of what Moyes done yesterday, we were just fortunate that we were playing a team that are worse than us. Everton are a terrible team. They're awful. They're as bad as us. In the way that Moyes picked the team, again, he's picking the team to defend. He's not picking the team to attack. It was a perfect opportunity yesterday for Moyes to make a statement and say, I'm going to go out all out attack against Everton. You know, we are the better team. You know, in football, you have to make subtle hints and changes to inspire your team. If you keep on going at 5 at the back, it was exactly the same as he set out against Wolves. Just different players. A few different players, 3 different players. Exactly the same. We set up negative. We set up with 5 at the back at home against Everton, one of the worst teams. He picked Antonio over Ings, which, you know, I think upset a bit of the crowd. It was frustrating to watch at times. And if you think that conceding 68% possession at home to a team like Everton, even though we won 2-0, I mean, when I look back at the goals yesterday, they was quite fortunate. We didn't create nearly enough. We could have blown Everton out of water yesterday. They're that poor. We didn't create nearly enough. Bowen's goal could well have been offside. You know, he was lucky. It was the skin of his teeth that he was onside. And the Antonio cross took a deflection. Look, I know you've got to be in the right place, right time. But in terms of Moyes, the way he picked the team, the way he set up the team, the way he set up the tactics, as I said, if you think that conceding 68% possession at home to Everton, the worst team in the league by a long shot, the team in the worst form, apart from probably Southampton, and you think conceding all that possession to them is a positive, even though we won, let's have a look at if we're conceding 68% possession to Newcastle, to Chelsea, to Tottenham, and then tell me that it's positive, because it may have saved his job for now. By saving his job for now, he's delaying it because it's inevitable. And the problem I've got with that is we didn't look good. We didn't look positive. We didn't look like we was confident. Some of the players were, again, playing a little bit below their standards. And if you think that I should come on this channel and be positive when I'm seeing negative tactics, and it wasn't a negative result, but let's be fair, it's 5 wins 2022. This is the first win 2023. We haven't seen a win since October in the Premier League. Yes, I know we had the World Cup, but they're the facts. And if you think that I'm going to come on here and start being positive about a manager that sets up like that against Everton, I'm sorry. Listen, I don't mean to be negative in the terms of what David Moyes brings to us. And I do appreciate everything that he's done for us in the past, but we can't keep on clinging on to the past if we want to have a future. We can't keep on playing like this. The talent we've got in this football team, when you look at the teams around us, nobody else has spent that much money. Nobody else has recruited like we did in the summer. We cannot afford to be going into games with the talent we've got, basically conceding possession, basically sapping all the confidence out. Look, we've got Danny Ings now, that's a great positive, but we cannot keep on allowing a manager that saps all confidence out of a team to be leading that team into battle, because it will only in one way. We'll end up running out of time. He hasn't done anything yesterday. The only thing that positive I can take from yesterday is the 2 goals. And perhaps the boys have played a bit of confidence into themselves. Perhaps Bowen has played a bit of confidence into himself. But in terms of the management of the team, he had a chance yesterday to put Ings on, up, get the crowd up for it. He didn't do that. He had a chance to make a statement by going forward at the back and really attacking Everton and getting a big result under their belts. He didn't do that. He went out exactly the same way he went against Wolves, and that is to stick 10 men behind the ball. What Scott saw yesterday, after we done that fan club, I don't know, because there was no press. We were so far off of their midfield, it was a joke. The only reason we didn't concede is because they're terrible. They're awful. They're an awful, awful football team, but we ain't much better. It shouldn't be celebrated conceding 68% possession against Everton at home. Shouldn't be. I'm still not convinced by him. And I'm sorry if I'm bringing everyone down today, but I'm telling you now, if he thinks that going out against Everton and Wolves in that defensive manner, and you don't think he's going to be doing that against Newcastle, Chelsea and Tottenham in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get battered by them. Believe you me, with better players, we will get battered by them. And if you think that he will change it against them teams, he won't. And then that's another 3 games gone. And the board might say, well, that was Everton. Listen, they're blind to it. We need to make a change. We need to bring a positive spin on this football team, because that has just papered over cracks. There was no improvement in play. The only positive was the result. And the only reason we got the result is because the other team were worse than us. We've got a little bit of a relief in the cup against Derby on Monday night. And then we go to Newcastle. Then that's when the tests start. But, you know, if you give him Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham, and we lose all 3 of them, it's then 23 games gone, and we've got 15 games to save ourselves. Let's see where it goes. Thank you very much. Come on, you irons.